Welcome to the Horror Zeitgeist podcast. This episode, we discuss Sideshow Collectibles' 1/6 scale Beetlejuice figure, Trick or Treat Studios' new catalog, horrible home videos, and much, much more. So get those earbuds on and get ready for some cringeworthy horror content. And with no further ado, here's your host, H.J. Valentine.
And welcome back to the 2024 presidential election. And now...
Welcome to we made it to the second episode, actually. Wow. This is the second episode of not the Mark Zuckerberg podcast. Anyway, this is the Horror Zeitgeist podcast. This is our second episode on YouTube only. I am joined by, over time, we will find out that you were the greatest co-host of all time and male girl outside of Darcy. But we are joined by the Julia Gulia.
Hey, we're back for another one.
And you were technically the male girl. I realize it's the second episode, but do we have any viewer mail?
We actually do.
Holy shit.
Let's get into that.
What abominations people are saying about us on the internet. And it must be those solid 18 views that we got on the actual podcast.
Yeah, not bad. Yeah, let's get into that.
Hit me.
Okay, the first one is from Mom Spicy Boner 69. Listening to this horror podcast felt scarier than any story they attempted. If you enjoy cringeworthy scares and uninspiring narratives, this is the perfect haunt for you.
You know, I think they're dissing us, but at the same time, I'm going to take that one,
Yeah, thanks
clearly
for listening.
Clearly his mom's got a spicy boner. So, I don't know what the hell she's doing with him or teaching him or showing his ass, but I'll take that one. All right. Thank you. Thank you, Spicy Boner.
Spicy Boner.
And there's more?
There is more. From Coming Attraction 420, and it's spelled coming.
Oh, seriously?
Yes.
Like coming attraction?
Yeah.
Oh,
come into my mouth.
All right, so we're digging from the bottom of the barrel now.
This horror podcast is more sleep-inducing than a football of Xanax.
Football of Xanax?
Yeah. If I listen to any more bad jokes from the host, I'd have to unalive myself and start haunting other listeners.
All right. So we have somebody out there that's passionate enough that, if they keep listening to the podcast, then, they're going to stretch out their limits of either haunting us or you or what, that's dedication right there. I'm going to take that one too.
Let's get haunted.
That's taking one for the team. There's people out there that just don't care. These people care enough that they want to unalive themselves in order to make my life.
Let us know about it.
Like, you think you can come into my world and make my life worse than it already is? Join the demons that are my life. Bring it on. I'm here for the entertainment.
Okay.
And is there more?
There is. From Horror Fan.
Say that again?
From Horror Fan, be eating you 666.
Wait.
I'm so...
Spell that for me.
Whore.
As in
WHORE. No, she's a whore.
Oh, horror. And what was that? Was that Justin Long's trail there from Be Eating You?
Yeah, she's a
whore, Be Eating You. That's clever though. Whoever put that strew of words together clearly was on a good horror task. Anyway, keep going.
Okay, I'm so excited that there are so many podcasts now to learn more about horror and movies, etc. This isn't one of those shows.
Sounds really promising.
-3 stars.
Wait. It sounded good at first, and then you went astray. What happened?
Go back
to where it started to go south.
It says, this isn't one of those shows. -3 stars.
-3 stars. All right.
-3, yeah.
It can't be any more.
It could be 4.
It could be 4?
It could be 4.
Well, you're the one that's in control of the mail, so by all means, if there's 4, let them be known.
All right, this last one comes from Horror Hound Junkie.
Wait. You said last time comes. You just mean COM?
Yeah.
Okay, read the name again.
from Horror Hound Junkie 3000.
All right, this sounds like a normal name. Maybe this is a little more promising.
Kind of. Well, let's see. My girlfriend turned me onto this podcast, and now I'm completely turned off.
Okay, so we got a fan, right?
Yeah.
All right, continue. So it's
All right.
she turned him onto the podcast.
Now I'm completely turned off from her, and I broke up with her. Thanks for ruining my relationship.
Oh.
Oh.
Well, that's, at least she's still a fan of our stuff then, right? Like she'll continue to keep watching us, right?
Oh, there's more.
Oh, there's more.
P.S. She may still be a fan of your show, but she's a massive A24 fan, but hated Dream Scenario because she hates Nick Cage.
Whoa.
And hated Beau is Afraid, but worships Midsummer.
Okay. People. Let's fucking focus here for a second. Those were awesome, by the way. And I will continue to read your hate fucking mail every goddamn week. But the one thing we will not tolerate on this podcast, under any circumstances, is disrespecting Nicolas Cage. I just want
He's our king.
He is our king.
You do not touch the cage.
I am sitting here adjacent to the Color Out of Space, the return of Richard Stanley, H.P. Lovecraft, Nicolas Cage. How dare you? How
Never
dare you
shit on Cage.
That makes me more mad than any of those anything else. I'm sorry. So this is the second episode, and now this is also the second episode. We're setting boundaries. We're letting you know what our triggers.
Don't cross the line.
You want to respect our triggers. Well, our triggers are you not liking Nicolas Cage. You don't like the Cage. I don't have a show that you're gonna enjoy. I apologize. Our first episode should have been Cage Ready. We should have caged it up.
The Cage.
That's my fault. I'm gonna take 100% responsibility for that one. We clearly talked about VHS, but apparently we did not outline the Cage. So moving forward, I will make sure that everyone
knows.
We'll have to figure out like a way to just like an intro or like kidnapping him and having him on the podcast. I don't know. We'll figure it out. We'll figure out a way to make this right for you guys. Okay. Really, with this show, we just want to make something entertaining, and we want to bring to you our world. We're both really immersed in Instagram and horror and art and everything. So if you guys are paying attention to the screen, I don't know, maybe you're not. Maybe you're just on Quaaludes or something and listening to your girlfriend bitch about how shitty our podcast is or how awesome it is, but then you listen to it and hit it. Doesn't matter. So one of our friends that we've made on here goes by the name Horrible Home Videos. And his shtick basically is, unlike the other people we were talking about on the last episode, he goes a little bit further and stretches his own artwork. The way I found out about this person was, you guys know about the angry video game nerd. So I don't even play video games, but I grew up with Nintendo. I was a 80s kid, so clearly I loved playing Nintendo. I loved playing the games. I had the Game Genie. I had all that fucking crap. I had all these, associates. But down the line of this podcast, I kind of would want somebody on here that does know the video games, because we do want to give you guys every aspect of horror and everything that's going on. Maybe I'll watch some videos of stuff, but still it won't be the same because I'm not playing it. Anyway, what I was trying to get to was, through the angry video game nerd, I remember back in the day, he had these two tapes, and they were Ernest Goes to Camp Crystal Lake. And you can see on the screen right now where he could combine through Photoshop or animation. I'm still not 100% sure how he makes these, but he then creates these fake VHS boxes and art. It has, it's the standard release clamshell, but now horrible
home video
Horrible home video. Jesus Christ. I'm really losing it tonight, people. And I love this guy. I'll probably edit that out so you don't even know what the fuck I made the mistake. But maybe I will because it's funny, but it's not funny. I love this guy. Anyway, so his concept, again, as you can see on the screen, is he's created a lot of different really cool fake movies. So his new ones are Problem Chud. You can see Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure Time. I think he's really created, and there's In the Army of Darkness Now. I don't know. For me, those are a lot of fun because they fool people. You know, as Ghoulie and I know, we see people and it's like they know just enough to kind of know about horror, but then they see something like that and they're like,
Is this
oh
real?
my God. Yeah, did that really come out? Oh my God, is that real? Is that a real movie? It's like, no. He then takes either candy that you love or he takes buttons that are all of his original designs. He fills it to the brim with really cool swagger, really fucking cool stuff. Every time I've gotten something from him, super fucking cool, super original.
I love the stickers.
I love the stickers. I love the magnets. I love sticking shit on my fridge. I don't have kids' fucking homework that I have to hang up on there. I can just fill that with gross, debaucherous fucking things on there. Actually, it's mostly, our buddy Scott sent me a bunch of magnets way back in the day when he was doing toy photography. He still does, but he mostly does, stop motion animation stuff. And we're probably going to be talking about Francis Galuppi, his buddy's movie coming up really soon too, which got picked up by Sitches. So that's going to be really cool because he got our buddy, I say our buddy, like I know him, but Richard Brake is in that movie. The God of Light actor, which I can't remember his name, from the Twin Peaks Return is in that. Super exciting. I can't wait to talk to him. He had, he keeps releasing all these t-shirts. I guess he used to do all these drops back in the day. Now some of them are really valuable and yada, yada. That's awesome. I wasn't around during that time. But he did release, and I'll show you guys right now, it's a stenciled Freddy image that is his original idea. And he released that for $15 as a pre-order. I got that. Great shirt, great quality. Absolutely fucking love it. But something that Ghoulia knows about me, I don't know, like I'm just that guy that, like, I live in a very small town and I don't really get to see anybody else that like knows what I'm into. And I guess what I'm saying doesn't really make sense because you would think that because of that, I would be the guy to just be like loud and show you that like I'm into this and I'm into this and I'm into this, but I'm not. Like I'm the Steve Jobs of clothes. I just wear black pants, black shoes, black plain t-shirt, leather jacket, or a hoodie or something. I do have like buttons and somewhat, things that are just kind of hidden. Like just like, this is just me. This is my emblem. This is me. I don't need to talk to anybody. Because my experience, so now me and Ghoulia have 100% completely different experiences. So here's how it goes for the two of us, right? So let's say I could have like just the tiniest, Franken, or basket case or something, niche or whatever. And you'd think that like I'm the type of person to be like, oh my God, somebody else in my town knows what it is. Yes, that concept sounds cool, but 9 times out of 10 billion, that guy is a mouth breather who lives in his mom's basement, who I can't wait to get away from because he smells like stale cheese puffs and loneliness.
Gross.
And it's like, I'm just like, yeah, cool. I like to, I got to start lying. I'd be like, somebody gave me this. I
don't know what it is.
I don't even know what this is. And I definitely don't have a podcast for you to write trashy comments on. So don't do that either. Whereas like Ghoulia could just straight up be like in Disney World, just hanging out. And a guy could be like head to toe in Disney gear and Aladdin. And then be like, oh my God, you like Bad Taste? I love Bad Taste. And my brother showed me Bad Taste so long ago. So it's like, I get that. Like, you have boobs and you're a girl, so
And I
obviously
like horror.
and you like horror, so obviously everybody wants to talk to your ass, and they want to talk to my ass too, but I'm just snooty, and it's never like anybody that you say to yourself like, oh my god, I wish they went over and talked to me. I know that they like what I like, but it's like those people don't go out there like me. Those people are like me. They like, stay away, stay in your lane.
Don't talk to me.
Don't even make eye contact. I don't want to see your eyes, because then I'm gonna feel confronted and actually like say something, be like, oh, I'll give you the nod. I gave you the nod. And then the quick look away, the quick nod, and then the super quick way, and then you fake, oh, I got a phone call. No, you didn't.
Yeah. I got somewhere to be.
Exactly. So I know I hog the podcast a lot and I talk about all my shit. So we segued on talking about some shirts. So I want to give the Julia Gulia a moment to talk about some of the things that, because we just segued on there. We're segueing.
Yeah,
we're segueing on what she likes. So this is your part. What do you got? What do you slap on yourself?
Well, I want to take a moment to talk about one of my favorite horror shirt companies from LA, Los Angeles, called Monster Tees.
I thought you lived in Paris.
I do, but they're in Los Angeles.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah. So they're a small business and have some really cool shirt designs.
What's the name again?
Monster Tees.
Monster Tees. We're going to slap that on the screen right now, show you guys what the website looks like and everything.
Yeah, they have some really cool shirt designs like Nightmare on Elm Street, my favorite, Scream, Halloween. They have some killer clowns from outer space. And their latest release is from Saw.
And look at these prices, though. Like,
yeah, it's $25, but they have like super sales, and I mean super sales. Like,
that's what we're showing you right now.
Yeah, like they're like $9 is the cheapest I've gotten.
Nice. Because
I mean, the quality is great.
Right, and like I love cavity colors too, but it's like, and their designs are sick, like super sick. I don't want to take away from it, but like that fucking Scream hoodie I got, that shit was like almost $70.
Yeah.
Not that it's not good quality, and it fit fucking flawless. I fucking hate ordering clothes that just, what size they should be for the size that you're ordering, and I'm not a fucking whale by any means, but I like myself a little big, like a little room. I want to fit in that motherfucker. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I did notice, though, that it was hilarious that the first ones to sell out were like 5X and 3X. I was like, damn, motherfuckers out there. Like, I love you horror fans. I love you guys to death, but it's like, y'all got to be taking care of yourselves, man. I smell your beef and cheese at some of these cons. Like,
beef and cheese sticks.
Anyway, any other places? Because I know like every other day, some other image she's sending me and be like, oh, look at this. Like, you got to have just trillions of shirts now. What else you got?
Well, that's the one I wanted to focus on, highlight today, because they're like a small business.
Oh,
just small. I love supporting small businesses. So if any of you guys know any, let us know.
Yeah, if you guys know of anything that's like super cool, get in on that. We want to know what you're gravitating to. And again, we understand that things are expensive. And honestly, sometimes you can find these things at Walmart too. I've got a couple Nightmare on Elm Street shirts from Walmart. I've got a couple.
Yeah, they do.
Like Friday the 13th hoodies and stuff, Child's Play and stuff like that. I know that there's even like 5 and below now, and like that's crazy to me. And I realize 5 and below now isn't even just purely 5 and below. Another company that I'm surprised this is the second episode that we're talking about is Trick or Treat Studios. Now, Trick or Treat is really, changed the game recently, I want to say, and I don't know if a lot of people out there have noticed. So there is this place called Trick or Treat Studios, and for the longest they've been making masks. And if you're like me, who live in a podunk small little town, your only really accessibility to this company is Spirit Halloween. When it becomes around Halloween time, they carry the more expensive nice masks, like the Halloween one that just isn't like a full plastic piece with some pubic hair on the top of it. They do all of them, which means, these are going to be in the more, I think they're $60 to $80 for these masks, basically. They have done licenses for everybody, Nightmare on Elm Street, everybody. But one thing that I recently noticed, and again, I'm not mad at this. I think this is one of the most creative ways because, again, as you guys continue to start listening to this podcast, you're going to see that I purchase a lot of things that are called third-party figures. And I understand that concept is probably flying over your head right now. So basically what that is, you're taking a figure of, you have this company that's basically in China, and they're giving you like the Scream figure or the Jason figure or whatever. It looks basically exactly like it. Sometimes they leave out some of the, really intense nuances of exactly how the character is, but they look good enough most of the time. Some of them are better than others, obviously, but these third companies will produce these figures because you gotta think there isn't really a lot of companies out there, and this is including NECA, this is including Hot Toys, this is including, every single big company making figures out there. They won't touch some of these niche markets. So there's a lot of companies that are producing like masks and stuff like that. But and this took a long time to get here, but I went back. I remembered what I was talking about here, people. Is that Trick or Treat Studios has lost some of these licenses, and they've communicated that to like people. Like they used to, you'd look and be like, God damn, like they have everything. They have like Terrifier licenses, they have Halloween licensing, they have Chucky, Nightmare on Elm Street, all these licenses. And you're just like, Jesus Christ, like they don't last forever. And for some reason, even though we've gotten past the Victor Miller and the Sean S. Cummings drama of the movie, even though it's A24, the new show coming out. We'll talk about that when we get a little bit more details about that. But what I'm trying to get at is recently, I know that they lost the license for Friday the 13th and Jason Voorhees stuff. But if you look at their 2024 calendar, they have these. And the first one I'm looking at, and you'll see, is a figure called Hillbilly. And I get it. And when I was creating my house, basically, when I was trying to figure out how to decorate my house, I wanted some masks. And you got to realize that, like, you kind of just can't buy a Jason mask and put it on like a foam doll head, So at the time, I think I went through Amazon and found like a Spike Jones. Spike Jones used to work in the Jackass show. He would put on like an old man mask and walk around. This is before Johnny obviously did it for the Bad Grandpa. But it was like an old man's because it needed to be bald. I needed a mask that was like round, fat, and basically I can manipulate. So I ended up buying just like an old man's mask, painted it up, put my custom Jason Voorhees. I'll show you guys right now what I'm talking about. It's not the best, but it still looks really cool.
It looks good.
It looks good. I've used it in some videos and stuff. Anyway, so they have what they're doing now is doing the Friday the 13th stuff, but they're just not calling it Friday the 13th. So again, you have the bare bones, Jason mask, which comes with the neck, it comes with the head, the eyes, and all that, and they're calling that Hillbilly. And then you go to the various masks, and it just says Killer Goalie or Killer Goalie Clean or Killer Goalie Antique. And they even have the Sackhead one, which they're calling Sack O Patch. And again, I'm not mad. Like I don't want to spend more premium money for those licenses that already have, gotten all of my money. It's like I still go to Spirit Halloween all the time, so they're getting my real licensed money all the time. But I got to give it to Trick or Treat. I was just really surprised when I saw that. I was like, that's genius. Like, one of the things on this podcast that I wanted to really express was, again, we, as I say, me and Gulia, we really want to talk about things that we not only feel that aren't being like widely addressed, but again, we can't have a show about something that we're not passionate about, something that we don't want to talk about. And what's our favorite movie, Gulia?
Our favorite movie?
What's our favorite movie that came out in the past few years?
Psychogoreman?
Psychogoreman. So if you guys don't know, I found out about this company through a really crazy fucking movie called Father's Day. And I shit you not, it is a movie about a character called, his name is the Fuckman. Yeah, they called him the Fuckman. And he had the fuck manicist. And this character was he was a Father's Day killer, but he was also a Father's Day molastedness.
Yeah, that.
And this is a Canadian company that it goes by Astron 6.
And we love them.
And we absolutely love these fucking people. Now, again, Father's Day is by no means for everybody. But if you're one of those people that you love trauma, because it is a trauma movie, and that's how I found out about it, because it's so raunchy, it's so different, but it's so creative at the same time. Like, I watch these, and we both watch these, and it's like they really completely understood how to straddle that line between, making it just unbelievable, but also funny at the same time. Like, it's not like ha ha ha, like Kevin Hart jokes or anything like that. Very dry, very Canadian sense of humor. You're not taking me very seriously, Gulia.
Yeah.
You're taking me very seriously. But that joke kills when you see, the show or the movie anyway. So they did Father's Day. They then did a movie called Manborg, and we're going to show you clips and all this stuff because we want you sucked in. We want you guys Astron 6'd the fuck out, because we are. And I remember too, like, I had seen Father's Day, and then I was just randomly at Walmart one day, and I pick up this DVD because, again, there's been articles posted about this, about how Walmart is kind of single-handedly saving the physical media aspect of movies right now. And I'm not wrong. Like, I even, because of my work, I have to go there every single Monday. But I'm always checking the shelves, and I've bought Steelbook, Winnie the Pooh there recently. I got Joe Lynch's movie there recently. I've bought VFW from there. Countless new movies that are still being put into Walmart because it's RJL or RLJE Entertainment, which used to be Anchor Bay. So there's still these movies that are getting pushed to these. And again, I'm in the smallest town. This used to be, I had to go all the way to Best Buy to get these on VHS back, when they were still making VHS. R.I.P. Anyway, so they made Manborg, which is an entire CG movie that it's
fantastic.
It's fantastic, really cheesy, really fun. That one's more of a sci-fi movie that has horror elements into it, which is phenomenal. But if you haven't seen The Editor and you like even any Italian movie, this is, Luciano Fulci or Dario Argento, or
this is the one for you.
This is the one for, it should be for everybody, but unfortunately the movie is going to find that path of you not understanding what they're doing if you don't understand Italian movies. If you don't, I guess, understand that aesthetic of Italy and what they were doing at the time with their giallo movies. So if you guys really haven't seen some of those giallo movies, then, you know, I get it. I was raised on Dario Argento movies, Luciano Fulci, Zombie, Lamberto Bava. So yeah, we understand, like, you know, The Editor is an Italian spin-off movie that is trying to highlight some of those movies. And what you have to understand is those giallo movies at the time, they were Italian. So the directors were Italian, some of the actors were English, some of them weren't. And he had to kind of patchwork the whole thing together. And they were all dubbed basically, but that style. So when you're watching these movies, you're seeing that the voices aren't necessarily linking up because some of the actors could speak in English and some of them couldn't. So you're watching the dialogue and you're not seeing it completely, you know, syncopate. So when Astron 6 went to make this movie of The Editor, that was the thing, is they wanted to make this full, weird, crazy giallo movie that encompassed that. So they purposely redubbed the whole movie. That way the voices weren't syncopated. All the music was done in that splatter gored giallo style. But some of the stuff that Argento was doing, he would put like Iron Maiden or heavy metal tracks on. This was more of the classic like Bava aspect to it. We're getting sidetracked though. So Editor's just one of the movies that he did. Then, and his name is Steve Kilzansky. He went and then he was crowdfunding this movie called The Void. And it's not void and it's not into the void. It's The Void. And it was a very serious, heart-wrenching, crazy fucking movie starring, I can't remember his name from Twin Peaks, but he was the main end villain from the Twin Peaks franchise. Great, crazy fucking movie, but still we're getting distracted because his next movie, as we both were understood, was, sometimes I hate to say like Power Rangers meets horror, but at the same time, that's like, it kind of is like people watch it and they're like, okay, so it's like Power Rangers, but more funny and more horror. I mean, yeah. So the concept is that it's a insanely powerful demon god he's a normal slave in the beginning of the movie, is, you know, not in the beginning of the movie, but is the beginning of his life. As you see, he finds this gemstone basically that gives him power, and he is in a modern world now, and a little girl who is the sassiest sassy pants that ever fucking ruled your life. So anybody who has a daughter that is just like, she's independent, she's who she wants to be, blah, 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 she's a terror. Some people hate the girl though in the movie, and it's like, I get it, but she did a great job. You can't blame her for it.
Mimi.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she was great. You either love her or hate her.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. You either love her or you hate her. I loved her, and then the boy, brother,
yeah,
Luke, I believe was his name.
Yeah,
psychogoreman couldn't remember his name, which is hilarious in the movie as it is. Luke was also in Terrifier 2 in the scene where they're opening up the possum's belly. He went from obviously a really shy kid in psychogoreman to the overly confident kid in Terrifier 2. Anyway, so again, gotta watch psychogoreman. Crazy fucking movie, crazy special effects. I've bought nearly everything for this film. I have the DVD. I think, didn't I give you my regular DVD copy?
No.
I didn't?
No. I just have a VHS.
Okay, because I remember buying the regular DVD edition, and then
you got the
I
Hunky
saw that
Boy.
there was the Canadian Hunky Boy edition, and then Waxworks created the vinyl version, and then Witter created the VHS version, and now there's a comic book. So the comic book has been in production for quite a while. I'll show you guys some I'll show you guys some comments right now that I have with Steve Kilzansky, and told me that the comic book is out. It'll be out soon. There's a bunch of different editions. And when I say editions, I mean like covers and swagger that you're going to be getting basically with the release. So I'm excited. I can't wait to read that.